Welcome students to the Components of Business Studies Chapter 1 in Social Studies Part 6. Today we are going to continue with the various stages. We have already seen the fishing stage, hunting and fishing stage, the pastoral stage, agricultural stage, handicraft stage, barter stage, money economy stage. We are now going to proceed. We saw the problems of the barter system and now we are going on to see the town economy stage. The introduction of bank money as a medium of exchange resulted in the fast growth of commerce. So when money came into being, paper money came, business started developing well, commerce started getting better and people began to produce more goods. The producers, what did they do? They produced in abundance. They all met at a fixed place at periodical intervals for exchange purposes. Production could be different things. So they each one produced and they all got together at a particular place on a particular date and time. And what was the purpose? To exchange goods. These places started getting the name as local markets. Is that clear? Now, after that, what happened? Local markets developed. Okay? When the local markets developed, towns became better. From villages, we have started going to the towns now. And then they supplied goods. And we found that local markets became very important centers from your developed centers which supplied goods. So local markets developed towns and centers which started supplying goods. Understood? Next one. Merchants, craftsmen to a particular place. What is merchants? Okay. Craftsmen to a particular place collected raw materials and started producing finished products and supplied it to the consumers. Merchants, that is the craftsmen also, merchants, craftsmen to a particular place, okay? They started producing finished products and supplied it to the consumers. During this stage, commerce developed largely and markets extended far and wide. So you had different kinds of produce coming there and this helped in increasing or developing commerce far and wide. Then came the international trade stage. Now in the international trade stage, before this, what happened? Columbus discovered America. You know it. Columbus discovered America. Vasco da Gama discovered a new sea route to India. This also you know. What other discoveries took place? Magellan was the first ship which sailed around the world. So all these discoveries took place in the 15th, 16th centuries. And as a result of which, what happened? International trade also started. The Industrial Revolution, which took place in England, and the geographical discoveries helped for large-scale production of goods, not only for the local markets, but for other countries. So first they grew for themselves. From that they went to the local markets. From there to the countries and then for other countries. So they started growing so much. There was surplus. And it could be sent to other countries as well. Standardized goods were produced with the help of machines. So instead of producing something, they were producing standardized goods, good quality, same type. Okay, so standardized goods were being produced with the help of machines. Revolution in transportation and communication helped for the expansion of markets. The production of goods was carried out for national and international markets. Revolution in transportation. First, man initially when he started, he was on his toes. He had to walk on his legs and go from place to place. Then slowly many vehicles started getting invented. So with invention of vehicles, transport, communication also built up. And because of these two, a big revolution, a big change that took place in these two sectors, the market started expanding and the production of goods increased, and it was produced both for national and international markets. Clear, children? Now, role of business and commerce in economic development. First, we have to understand this. What role does business and commerce play in the development of a place, in the economic development? Trade. We use the word trade. What does trade mean? Buying and selling of goods. Plus here means buying plus selling of goods. That is trade. When I say commerce, what is the difference between trade and commerce is commerce includes trade and also aids to trade. Aid means help, things that help to trade. Okay, please understand. Trade means buying and selling of goods. Commerce means trade plus aids to trade. Now, what do we mean by aids to trade? What helps trade to function? That's what we want to know. So, when we see commerce, we see trade means buying and selling. Alright, what does trade mean? Buying and selling. What is aids to trade? Transport. When I have to buy and sell, I have to have the products coming into the market, for I need what? Help of transportation. Isn't it? Banks. Why do I need banks? For money. Warehouse. Where will I store everything? To store, I need a warehouse. Advertisement. If I have made a new product and I want it to be sold and everybody to become aware of it, I have to advertise. And when the goods are coming in transit, and either in transit or in the warehouse, if they are damaged, they should have an insurance coverage for it. So, commerce is trade plus aids to trade. Trade is buying and selling. Commerce is trade plus aids to trade. That means I have to take into account the transport, banks, warehouse, advertisement and insurance. Have you all understood, children? Alright. Now we move on to see commerce. What do the traders do? Traders supply goods to consumers according to their daily needs. You want biscuits or you want a toothpaste, you go to the shop, pay the money, you get it. So, buying and selling has resulted based on your daily needs. Is that clear? Traders provide some services also. So, first they give you goods, what you want. They provide you some services also. What is commerce? For the smooth conduct of a business, if a business has to run properly, correctly, what all do I have to do? Transport helps movement of goods from place to place. Nothing. Take a simple example as milk reaching your doorstep. Milk comes to a particular place, like there might be a Nandini shop somewhere. All the milk is collected. He is the service provider. He takes all the packets of milk that he knows he is going to distribute in the houses. He gets the milk and he has somebody who comes and distributes the milk at your doorstep. He has to pay that worker. Okay? Yes or no? He has to pay that person who is coming and distributing. Suppose on one fine day the fellow doesn't come. What happens? Can he consume all that milk there? No, he might have brought a lot of milk depending upon, he has done a market survey, he has understood how many people want the milk, what is the quantity of milk by each household, all those details he has. Now with that number of milk packets, what is he going to do? He has to find some suitable transport which will deliver, or he will have to deliver it himself. So this is what we mean by smooth conduct of business. If the delivery doesn't take place, so every person is important here. Milk coming to his shop is important. From there, that person bringing the milk and delivering it at your doorstep is also equally important. So transport is necessary. What does transport do? It helps in movements of goods from place to place. Next comes banks. Banks provide financial assistance, help in the form of money. They assist you. Next is insurance companies. We did aids to trade, no? That's what we are seeing now. Insurance companies cover the loss while goods are in transit or storage. Something was kept in while going from road or by train or something. Some damage happened to the item. The insurance companies will pay for that loss. Suppose something was stored somewhere, got rotten. Because there was no transport, something happened. They couldn't find a solution for it. The storage was there. And there it got spoiled. They'll have to bear for it. So it depends on what kind of things and how long it's kept. Warehouses help to store goods and bridge the gap between production and consumption. You have got plenty of produce of tomatoes, but there is nothing that can carry those tomatoes from that place to the place of consumption. What will happen to the tomatoes in 3 days' time or 2 days' time if they are very ripe? They are useless. You'll have to throw them out. So, if it is stored properly in a warehouse, what happens is it bridges the gap between production and consumption. So, as the production is coming, some are stored safely and they are released from there to the areas of consumption. Advertisement helps to give information about the goods produced. There is a C there which is unnecessary. Advertisement helps to give information about the goods produced. You see so many advertisements on television, don't you? Yes. So, what are the uses of commerce? If you want to say, commerce is responsible for smooth and continuous supply of goods to consumers. It helps in bringing the factors requirement for the establishment of industries. It brings different parts of the world closer, thereby creating one market. Next, it helps traders to become adventurous. Why adventurous? They can try new techniques, methods to see how efficiently they can bring a product into the market. Commerce equalizes prices, blends the ideas and cultures, and helps for national and international integration. Are you getting that? Commerce helps the government through paying rates, taxes, and duties. It is a good source of income to the government. Clear? To summarize, town economy stage, international trade stage, discoveries made, role of business and commerce in economic development, aids to trade and trade. All this we have seen. All right, now we move on to some questions. Define local markets. Name the discoveries during the 15th and the 16th century. 6 is missing. Who was Magellan? Explain Industrial Revolution. What is trade? What are the aids to trade? State how commerce is responsible for smooth and continuous supply of goods to consumers. Please write all these answers in your notebooks. Thank you. Sai Ram.